think that's off-centered. Gonna have to look at that. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was on a different browser. No one's here right now. That's okay. It's fine. What do we got here? We got a little piece hanging down. The Ed Guitars. Hey there to you. How are you? What's your deal? Where are you? Where are you in the world? Are you in the US? Are you in Ecuador? Are you in Scotland? What's it like in Scotland? You can see Caffeinated Sully has already joined the chat. Well, Ed, it's just you and me. I don't even know if your name's Ed, but judging by the Ed Guitars, I'm guessing it's Ed. I could be wrong. I don't know. This is probably not even watching anymore. Why would you? That's the question. Why would anybody? What are you going to do today? I don't know. I'm probably going to watch this over-caffeinated weirdo babble for a few minutes, and then I'll... No way. You're in Costa Rica? For real? For real? Tell me all about it. Do it right now. I want to know everything about Costa Rica. I have actually a friend of mine is in Costa Rica right this very minute. Do you know Paul? Okay. I think I would like to visit Costa Rica. I think I would, it seems to be quite lovely. I've seen, that's one of those places where everybody likes to retire to. I'd like to retire. Tell me about it. I gotta know. I gotta know all about what's going on in Costa Rica. All right, so help me out here. So, like, what I've read that you have multiple different kind of climate zones. You've got like jungles. You've got like beaches. Is that all true? I started using. Well, I made it some guitars. I have some body blanks from a wood called Guanacaste, Guanacaste, also known as Parota, Parota. I doubt I'm pronouncing it properly, but look, I'm just doing my best. And that comes from Costa Rica. And it's really, it's an interesting wood. It is similar to, so like it's light, it's really lightweight, like swamp ash. It has like open pores, kind of like mahogany. And like the color is, it's kind of like a cross between like walnut and koa. And the stuff that I have, it's got some ribbon streaking in it, some ribbon figure, so to speak. And that sort of thing isn't super uncommon with like quarter sawn materials, but it's really neat. And I made a 71 trella out of that as a body wood for our pal Ryan. And we just did a clear back and a ice blue metal flake on the face and on the headstock, and the neck was roasted maple. I wish I could get neck blanks from this stuff, just because I would like to make like a body and neck from it. That's, I guess, why you would get neck blanks. But the one thing that I've noticed is the dust. It smells good. Like it's a spicy, it smells very spicy. It's like going into Penzies. It's like, it's like going into Penzies and like sticking your face in like the peppercorn bags. You don't do that. Oh, you're not supposed to do. Okay, so that's just me. All right, that's fair. And so it's really spicy. It's a nice fragrance, but there's an aspect of it that it kind of irritates you, like right here. So, I mean, do one of those. But so there was a part of me that was hopeful that would become readily available, and that doesn't seem to be the case. Stuart McDonald has, or had some in their sawmills, or their wood stacks, we can get body blanks and stuff like that. And my contact there, they only have body blanks. They don't have neck blanks, which is kind of a bummer. Because, with African mahogany being on the endangered list, on the CITES list, it's important to look for other stuff. And that particular material is not endangered, is plentiful, it grows fast, and so seemed like a really good thing to use. Oh, all right, here we go. We use it for high-end furniture mostly, quite hard. Yeah, it machines really nicely. It's not hard like maple. It's more like mahogany, or even like limba, carina. It just machines really nicely. And yeah, I was hoping that I could get more of it. I thought I had a source for neck blanks, but that's turned out to be an absolute debacle, where I ordered some and was sent, and I sent it back. Well, I need to send it back, but then there was like this refund pending, and like I cleared their account, but like their processor hasn't forwarded it to me, and this has been 2 months now, so it's great. But anyway, I mean, it'll get sorted out. But yeah, I was really hoping that I could get more of that stuff, and maybe that will be, as time progresses, that will become more available. That would be cool, I guess. But then again, it's kind of like Spanish cedar, which I liked using that for a while, just because like not many people use it, and it's one of those things that you can do to kind of like differentiate what you do. But I am severely allergic to that stuff, so I'm happy to not use it anymore. And at one point it was really affordable, and then it jumped up, so good riddance, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't really want to be around anything that gives me migraines and makes everything like make my throat close and all that. So yeah. So that's Perota. Do you call it Perota or Guanacaste? And am I completely murdering the pronunciation of either / both is what I'm asking you. The Ed Guitars in Costa Rica. I like that we got this international vibes, and speaking of international vibes, we've got Hank checking in from Westwood, Massachusetts. We've got Costa Rica. We've got U.S. that's happening right now. And, maybe other people who aren't saying anything. But that's okay. It's hard to get exotic woods here. A lot of permits needed, but nice woods here. Cocobolo and similar. Yeah, I've got some Cocobolo. I have some Cocobolo fretboard blanks that I've had for, I don't know, 8 years or so. I don't... I've shied away from using it for 2 reasons. One, I think it's like oilier than, and I could be wrong, I believe it's oilier than rosewood. And most of the people that I have interacted with that have used Cocobolo recommend using epoxy as a glue instead of a traditional, wood glue. I'm not going to do that. So that's strike one. And number 2, the blanks that I have, they're really, really, really orangey to the point where I think it would be visually distracting. But then again, I guess it really depends on what the color palette is of the guitar. So, maybe I'll get to it someday, maybe not. Okay, Guanacaste. Yep. Cool. Am I pronouncing it right? Is the E like pronounced like an A? Guanacaste? Or no, I'm making it even worse. I'm a terrible person. I'll move on to Derek, who says, morning. Morning to you. What time is it in Costa Rica? Not you, Derek. Ed, he's here from, he's not here from Costa Rica. He's in Costa Rica. Yeah. And yeah, I guess maybe that's like Eastern time zone. I don't know. I wonder. Billy, hey yo, aloha. How are you? How's everything going in Minnesota? The nicest people are in Minnesota. I mean, maybe not all of the nicest people, but my dad lived in Minneapolis for a little while, and that's a beautiful city. And I remember I visited him there. This must have been the late 90s, 2000? I don't know, 98. Um, and I remember like going into the city because he lived, in the city, and like there was like no traffic. You could park anywhere, and it was just very walkable, and it was just beautiful. And like everybody is like super nice in Minnesota. Yeah. Greg, what the hell, man? Good morning. Hey, remember when we were talking about that roads that I had, that 85 roads basket case project? You're not going to remember this, and this is fine, but it was a flood victim, had some water damage, had a twisted neck, and it was like I got it. God, has it been 10 years? Maybe 10 years ago. And I kind of, it was, if you ever find like a project that has been passed around for, if you see a thing floating around with like multiple owners, and this wasn't the case for me, but like there's a reason that thing hasn't been put back together. Sometimes it's, people are in over their heads, but like sometimes it's just like, ooh, this is not worth it. Anyway, Greg, if you remember this, we were talking about it when I saw you at the Dallas Guitar Show, and you're like, no, it's totally, you can make it work. And one of the things that I needed to do, it needs a new fretboard, needs new inlays, and there are a bunch of companies that make inlay, pearl inlay supplies and things like that. And a lot of those companies, like, oh, here's sharks and, blocks and all sorts of things. But like the sharks aren't right. And they're just not correct. And if I'm going to if I'm going to actually like make a new fretboard, like that will have, they got to be right. Well, recent developments this week. I have this thing might actually get resurrected, which would be nice because it's an 85 roads, and who doesn't like an 85 roads? Jerks. That's who. We're not jerks. We're nice people. We like nice things that are nice, even when they may not currently be nice. But you can make them nice because they were once nice. A return to nice, as it was. Wouldn't that be nice if we could all return to the nice? I don't know. I think we're doing that right now. Just us. Everybody else, they don't get it. But anyway, yeah, Greg. So when I thought of you, usually while showering, but in this particular instance, with these recent developments, I think we're going to be moving along. Not anytime soon, but yeah. So that's cool. Oh, my pronunciation was correct. All right. It's currently 9 a.m. in Costa Rica. They're on Central Time. I like that. Read that Cocobolo is oilier than rosewood. That's what I've read and been told as well. Pretty sure Costa Rica is central. I like this. We're all getting together. We're talking about time zones. We're saying good morning to Tim. Good morning, Tim. We're saying good morning to John. Good morning, John. Greg looks forward to playing it. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's going to take a while. But yeah. So that's cool. I do love an old school roads. And it had a Kaler in it. And the nice thing about that fix, so what I did I'm pretty sure that I may have. So like when I got this old Rhodes, like I was going to do a YouTube series on it, and I know that I recorded some of it when I was still in the garage. I don't know if that footage still exists. I think it does, but the nice thing is that a Kaler, a traditional, Kaler needs a neck angle, needs the same neck angle as like a tunematic bridge. So that's good. And the cool thing about that is because it's a neck through. Let me grab this Concord really quick. I'll use it as an example. Now, this is not a neck through, but we can use this for illustration purposes. So let's pretend that this was a really ugly. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? People can like what they like, right? I just don't like Kalers, and that's okay. Let's say that this was a Kaler, and we take the bridge off, and this has a Kaler route. And we want to fill this. Yeah, we do. The nice thing about it being a neck through is what I did was I ran straight edge down this side and down this side, or which was the caffeinated Sully. Okay, we're gonna work this out. Neck through, long center blank, wing glued on, wing glued on. Not this guitar, but illustration purposes. What I did was I put straight edges along the lines of the center block that went down in here. And then I used those, they were just like, joined pieces of wood that were, riser. I used them as a routing template. That's what I'm trying to say. And I routed the Kaler recess. I started like in the middle of the pickup cavity here, and I just routed back this entire section. Okay. So then once that was gone, you just pop in a solid piece of maple. What do you know? All I then have to do is, I made the block kind of encroach into the neck pickup cavity. The bridge pickup, good God, people, why are you watching this? Don't go. And then, so I will wind up, rerouting the bridge pickup cavity to kind of hide the evidence, and it'll be good. I'm going to have to like put a veneer over the face of it anyway. Not this. This is for those of you who are just joining. I'm going to have to put a veneer over the face of it anyway, because it has some other things that were terrible that were done to it. But anyway. Good morning, David. I'm worried about, why does your foot hurt? Everybody say hi to David. Same. Girl, same. Stike chiming in. Kalers look a lot better than Wonder Bars. Granted, that's not saying much, but like a Wonder Bar was reversible. I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. Yeah, what do you think about that? Busting out the hot riffs. Encroach. Yes. This isn't caffeinated Sully. Sounds like Boo Sound Sully. You know what? No, that Sully has been gone for almost 2 years. That's kind of crazy, right? January 1st, 2023. Sully. I haven't had a drink since then. I've had water. I've had a fair amount of water since then. Maybe some orange juice from time to time. On an airplane, I like a ginger ale. I don't know. Get a ginger ale and little Biscoff cookies. I like those little guys. All right, Glenn. I knew you were gonna come in with the Kaler. I play Kaler, the 2710 Killer, and it kicks Floyd's. The things I don't like about the Kaler is how they feel. They absolutely work as they're supposed to, but visually, I don't find them very appealing. And number two, they feel the smoothness of the whole thing should be an improvement. And for many people, it is. But for your pal Sully, it feels like a limp handshake. You know, you're going like, hey, how's it going? And they just kind of lay that in there. You might as well just lick my face. I don't, please don't lick my face. But yeah, I just don't like the feel. And I know that you can put stiffer springs on it, but that smooth fit, it doesn't. Yep. Spongy. I don't like it. I just don't. And you know, like the bar is in here. I don't really use it, but yeah. Speaking of yet turgid. All right, we're coming in with some vocabulary. I like that. Rough Rider. Speaking of Floyd's, but so with that Rhodes, I already told you I'm making a 10 max string through. Let's see. I got the new Tone Vice like trem stabilizer thing. I haven't had a minute to install it in something, but I think we're going to put it, damn it, we're going to put it in this guitar, or it might be in one of the guitars that are going to NAMM. Because that might be fun. And it would also be nice for Mark, who's a nice dude at Tone Vice. If you are the type of person that is a Floyd user, if you're the type of person that enjoys like detuning, but if you're also the type of person that doesn't want a detuna on it because it looks like your Floyd has a mozzarella stick sticking out, and then if you've got a recess, you know, that's a whole thing. And then you don't want to have your like recess route go like doink. That's I understand form, function, blah, blah, blah. It's just a bad look. I got all kinds of spicy hot takes. It's just a bad look. So I don't like the detuna. I'm sure it works great. But I don't like it. It doesn't look good. Same reason I don't like Bigsby's, or one of the reasons I don't care for Kahlers. All sorts of things I don't like because I don't think they look cool. All kinds of bands that I don't like for whatever reason, because like when I first discovered them, I didn't think they looked very cool. Metallica, fantastic example of that. I tried so hard to like Metallica when I was a teen, when Master of Puppets was playing on everybody's boombox but mine. I did have Ride the Lightning though, because the band I was in, my first band, we played For Whom the Bell Tolls. I liked that song. It's a good song. I liked Fade to Black. It's a good song. But like those guys, they didn't look cool. I didn't like it. I like rock stars. I'm going to do a podcast later today, a music related podcast. And I think it's going to be, the topic is like hair metal, which like I'm a little apprehensive about, because like, look, I know what I look like, and I know that maybe I look like I drive a 87 iRock and listen to like nothing but Whitesnake. There's nothing wrong with Whitesnake, but like I don't. But anyway, whatever. What else was I going to say? Yeah. If you don't want a mozzarella stick coming out of your Floyd, oh man, guys, I'm going to be a hot mess. I'm going to be a hot mess today. I got this. And I don't really have to do this. I just enjoy doing this. We got this, and then I'm going to do this podcast with people. Well, one friend, but like the host is I've never met. Have some more coffee, why don't you? Don't mind if I do. Billy, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a nice day. And yes, thanks. I'm sorry for everything. Get the Tone Vice pitch shifter. So that is I wish I had one on a guitar here, but it is like a detuning thing. It replaces this screw just like a detuna does, but it doesn't extend outside of the footprint. So that's nice. It's very sleek. And it's a little rolly kind of thing. You can roll it this way, and then you can roll it back this way. While it may not necessarily be as immediately I don't want to say ergonomic, but easy to use, because like with the D-Tuna, it's a larger target. You can just pull it and push it back in. I completely, ease of use, totally get it. So it does take a little bit of like, practicing, but like in the middle of a song, are you switching? No. Anyway, check out the Tone Vice pitch shifter. So Tone Vice, they've got, a few different products. The guy behind Tone Vice, dude named Mark Hackett, nice guy. He's a few hours south of me. I think he's like outside of Houston. I could be completely wrong, but nice guy. If you need any kind of Floyd related, things when it comes to like detuning tools or maybe trem stabilizers or something, check them out, because we're just doing our best. That's that. Let's see. Oh, we've got a fair amount. Greg is right. It pays to enrich your word power. Glenn, jokes aside, 2710 and the Steeler have much stiffer, less spongy, feels more traditional. Oh, are those the ones that look like Floyd's? Because I think I remember I had, what was the one that was like, that looked just like a Floyd? Because I did have one of those, and like it looks just like a Floyd, and yeah, that was pretty good. In honor of Randy's birthday, can I get a few bars of Diary of a Madman? Sure. Sorry. Hang on. My middle finger locks up. It's not there yet. I'll get to it. I'm sorry. I'm trying. My hand is not cooperating. It's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. I know I could fix it. Actually, a surgeon needs to fix it, but I had an appointment to get my hand surgered at the end of last year. Yeah, end of last year, I think. And my surgeon was in network, but the facility that he operated out of was not. And in many cases, insurance companies will kind of, give an authorization for that sort of thing. Ooh, this is topical. But they would not. So I couldn't get that done. And, we're in open enrollment right now. So I've got to pick a plan. Anyway, yeah. So sorry, Glenn, I tried. Maybe we can get to it later. We'll touch on that. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Eddie had thoughts on Nico McBrain's retirement, and Floyd rose for him. My buddy Glenn, who is a big Iron Maiden fan, told me about it this morning. It doesn't affect me. I wasn't really a big Iron Maiden fan. I did have an Iron Maiden. I had a Number of the Beast poster on my walls as a kid. I liked drawing Eddie. They were another band that I kind of tried to like. They're really popular, and all of like my friends that liked Ozzy and Van Halen and Rad and stuff, also liked Iron Maiden. I'm like, oh, I'll check them out, and it didn't really do it for me. But like, I liked Run to the Hills, but like, it didn't look cool, and look, I'm dumb. Okay, I'm dumb, but it's just didn't, But I can listen. I've grown. I can absolutely appreciate their work. Same with Metallica. I don't, I've heard, that stuff's been around forever, but I don't seek it out. But like if it's on, like Run to the Hills comes on, or some of the other songs that I would recognize, I'll listen. But like, yeah, so Glenn was telling me that Nico retired this morning. And so like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, what a career he's had, and what a career Iron Maiden's had. My God, like what an insane career they've had. And I understand that they're going to carry on, and that's okay. But what a career! What an iconic drummer, and wish them well. So that's all I got. Let's see. Okay, Andrew. I have an original 80s Jackson Rhodes custom with a Kaler. I love that guitar, but don't think I'd ever get another Kaler equipped. Floyd's for me for the stiffness you mentioned. See? Okay. Yep. Limp handshakes nails it. Johnny, good morning. Where can we watch the podcast? I don't know if it's live, but I will share it once it's available. Brian, so a couple months ago, it sounded like, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Oh, big shocker. I got to do a headstock repair on a Les Paul. There are only ways around that. Oh, there are. But then again, that guitar was made, whatever. Okay. Yes. Have fun, Greg. Greg's great. It's like Greg Platts, if you need any like guitar repair work, like if you've got, Greg is your guy. Dude resurrects like the unresurrectable. So, yeah. Greg Platzer is fantastic. Fantastic. Nice guy too. Starting to get that Alex Skolnick white streak going in your hair. We're getting all this. Yeah. I the hair and makeup team. I've got a long overdue visit, but I am at that point where I'm just like, oh, if I could just kind of flip a switch and just have like all the color go out and just to kind of see what all this would look like, I think it would be jarring. I think it would be very, very jarring. Yeah, I think it would. I'm not ready to see that. I don't think any of us are. Rock and roll morning, Joel. Sorry, I can't read. I'm caffeinated. Sully is not in full effect, but he's absolutely entered the chat. Yet I keep drinking coffee. What are you gonna do? Maybe stop drinking coffee. Are we doing this now? Maybe. Let's see. Barry, good morning to you. That's the Steeler. Okay, so that was the one that was like, okay. Now the spider was the one that was on like the Vandenbergs, right? That where like it didn't have knife edges. It had like a real thin, like the post similar vibe, but like it didn't work quite the same. This is going to be great. Why am I doing this? Opinions on the nightmare that is the virtual Jeff digital trem arm. I have no opinion. I don't even know what it is. Is that like one of those things that was like the Bigsby pedal? Why? I don't know why anyone wants those. I don't know. I get it. It's a vibe. You know what? It's a vibe. Some people like those things. It's a vibe. Some people don't like those things. You just really don't. Can you just let people like what they like? Like how Adam often tells you, people like what they like. It's okay for you to like what you like. He says to me is like, he'll walk in and the Go-Go's are blaring. You like what you like. Can you just be cool? I'm trying. Oh, well, that's very nice of you. Justin, good morning to you. Do I have carpal tunnel? No, I have trigger finger in my left finger. It locks, and then I have to kind of go like this to open it back up again. It usually happens a lot if I'm doing like chords, but for the longest time, I could kind of play it out. Like if I play long enough, it'll go away, and I think those days are over. So I notice it a lot when. Like if I'm changing a tool on the CNC, you got to use, wrenches to kind of, go like this, to, tighten and to loosen. Like, if I've got such a tight grip on the wrenches and then opening it up, I have to kind of go like this. I would like to get it done. I'm deathly afraid of getting it done. I understand that it is a very routine surgery that, and I would be like knocked out for, which is great. I love being knocked out. Love it. Anesthesia, Sully, is fun. I'm a good time when I wake up. So Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, so like I do want to get it. I am afraid that something will happen and then I'll be worse off than what I was. So I don't think that's super common. Obviously, it's a risk, um, but like I've spent my entire life like, don't let anything bad happen to my hands. And here we are, and it's unavoidable. But like, yeah, so that's my deal with that. More on that later. Ooh, snap. We'll talk about it. Karen Spider was Kaler's Floyd. Okay. But wait, but so was the Steeler. Oh wait, okay. The Spider was a cheap one. The Killer, mine, and the Steeler were high end. All right. There's a lot of different product lines. Oh, that is. You know what? Uh, okay, so here's the positive spin I'm going to put on that. It is. You can take it off, right? It's reversible with no like evidence. Okay, then all right, I'm okay with it. I wouldn't want it for myself, but in the spirit of letting people like what this is all about personal growth right now for me. I mean, you guys are fine, but it's all about personal growth, and I'm a hot mess. So I'm yeah, it's a little strange. The original edge trim is my favorite. No, that's cool. Oh, by the way, good morning, squirrel nuts. Good morning. Like what doesn't get worse? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I need to. So once we kind of get through like the whole next year, I got to schedule it. And then, I got to figure out like what I'm going to do. Cause like, it's not like I can just start using my hand like right away. And, I do kind of need this, but yes, I know I truly do want to get fixed. And just in general. My favorite is counting backwards from 10, never make it past 8. Okay, so that reminds me when I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled out. And this kind of, I'm like, oh, come on. Look, I look like this. People adopt a level of formality around me that I don't like. It's like, okay. But like if I'm in like, these are not problems. These are just things I've observed. If I am like in line at the grocery store, and someone's in front of me, that person gets sir and ma'amed and all that. I show up and like it's always like, hey man, how's it going, dude? And I'm just like, no, you can give me sir. You can. It's okay. I mean, anyway, so I'm getting I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and the surgeon, he comes in and he's like, all right, so we're gonna you're gonna put you down, so we're gonna start up the process here, and pretty soon it's just gonna feel like the old days. And I'm like, come on. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Like, yeah, I'm just anyway. Oh, you moved them around. Okay, good. Be careful with that thing. I had to do a lot to make these things work. Not that those are prototypes, the sustainers in there, and yeah, I mean you can just move those around. It could, like, the circuit board could be in the way, but you did it. It works. Okay. I'm really, really, really glad that you like it. Okay, that's good. You'll explain it. Oh, we're back on Kaler's. My dad had trigger finger. Yeah, my mom's had it. I guess it's pretty common, but I know it's especially common in like string players. And my mom was a string player, and Yeah. Ooh, have fun, buddy. I like painting. I need to do like, I got to change the color palette in the house. I need to do that. I feel like I need to, like, I did all of this throughout the house, I don't know, within the last few years. And then as soon as I kind of finished it, I'm like, I think it's time to move on to a different palette. I mean, I like like, it's fine, but anyway. Yes. See, that's right. And I got to be able to do that. Ooh. Nice. I'm gonna give you the good stuff. That's, well, that's good. He recognized that you are a man that really wants the finer things when it comes to all things, even anesthesia. I like that about you. I'm not going to paint my house green and cream, David. David, or I refer to him as Mr. Green. David loves green, and that's his vibe. That's the vibe that he's putting out, and it's a nice vibe. Good for David. What else? Retirement. Hang on. I had a Fender HM Strat with a Kaler Spider, 20, 30 something year. I tried to Steve Vai at a gig. Thing ripped. Replaced with a Floyd. Things much better. That's not what you want to have happen in a gig. I mean, it's certainly memorable. Definitely not what you want to have happen. I'm sure that was quite a surprise, and not the way you wanted things to go. I hope you had a backup guitar. I'm sure you did. You're not going to go in to a gig without a backup. That's just not how you do things. I know that about you. I can sense it just from that comment. Retirement. Boy, I would like to. I'm not. It's just clickbait. Sorry. I'm trying to get the engagement up on these things, kids. But, one thing that I am very interested in doing, though, is getting the European stuff established. And part of the way that we can do that is to finish the demo guitars for our European distributor. Some of which are in process, like in the paint process right now. And, so we're going to get that stuff going some at NAMM and, through the beginning of first quarter, because, we've kind of laid some of the groundwork in what we needed to do with this particular distributor. And we need to move forward because we got to move forward. Right. And I think, we have a fair amount of clients in other countries. I don't know who to compare it to. I guess I don't need to compare it to anybody. Like in this most recent run of Conspiracy Series guitars, there have been guitars sent to Canada. There have been guitars sent to France. First guitars in France, so I'm excited about that. Sent guitars to Belgium. Sent a couple out to our pal Henning in Germany, and the golden ticket winner in Australia. We sent some other. I think we sent another guitar to Australia. Point is, well, we've done pretty well in Australia, considering. We don't have any stores there, and obviously it's because of my friendship with Perry Ormsby and all that. But yeah, so I want to focus on getting shops in Europe. There's also a part of me that wonders, like, if I have to kind of tailor some of our models. Well, we do have to tailor some of our models to the European market, but I wonder what that will look like. Because, like, I don't really know, I mean, this stuff is marginally popular here. Maybe it'll be even less marginally popular, or maybe it'll even be more popular over there. That'd be great. What if that happened? What if like um what if that was like a you know, oh, they're huge in Japan kind of thing. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We will we'll reveal that. Um so that would be nice. I mean, like, you ever think about, of course we do, we all do this, like what you would do, especially like when like the Mega Millions gets to like 1 billion or more or whatever. And like, that's just, to me, it's like unfathomable about what you would actually do. Um, and, oh, hang on. What is this? Other than the accent, what's different out of European? I don't know. I don't know yet. It's my point is like, certain, like David Hasselhoff's music is hugely popular in Germany. They're just different kind of things. So and since this is, this industry is very much a fashion business, I want to find out what clothes they're wearing, so to speak. That's what I mean. Yeah, we've got, there's probably about 20. I'd say there's got to be, well, maybe there's 15 to 20, maybe, which is, fun. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so like the Mega Millions and all that stuff, and you're driving around and it's like, oh, what would we do? What would I do if I won that? Do you ever like truly think about it? Like all of a sudden, like, okay, you're just like, okay, I got the ticket, match the numbers. Whoa, what are we gonna do? What on earth? What on earth? What are we gonna do? I know there are a few things that I know that would happen, but the one thing that I would always keep coming back to, because like I go like, this is actually happening in my brain, which is dumb, but I think that probably everybody does this. I realize that all of the things that I think I do that are strange, that like nobody else does this. I'm like, of course everybody does it. Settle down. You're not special or weird. Or you're just you, which is special and weird. But the thing that I keep coming back to is like, oh, that would just mean that I could actually put so much money into this that I could really and truly jam it down everyone's throats. Because let's be real, that's how it happens. From marketing, you have a huge ass marketing budget and you jam it down people's throats. And what I mean by that is you jam it down. No, it's everywhere. And all of a sudden, you see something at first and it's like, oh, that's a little different. And then I don't know if I like that. And then it's like, oh yeah, now I'm kind of coming around. It's the socialization process, or process for our Canadian friends. And I've noticed that with, a few of our designs. Shit, I did it. That like getting people to like this is very much like trying to get a cat to like you or to at least tolerate you. It's socialization. And yeah, and so like that kind of happens. And so I feel good in that if I didn't have money as an object or a motivating factor, that I would still want to do this in some capacity. Would I still be like the one spending a combined, well, it's almost, 24 hours and 2 days at the machine, going back from the machine to the computer to figure out geometry and tool paths and exercise the math part of my brain, which, let me tell you, is real small and real faulty. That no, I wouldn't do that. I would assume more of my role as a figurehead of the company. I'd like to think that in time I would probably still build a few here and there, but we'd run it like a proper company that has like a huge budget to do whatever. Which so like that was kind of a realization that I thought was kind of neat. That said, I'd have an amazing apartment in the 6th arrondissement of Paris, and that would be that would make me very happy. And then we'd probably go to I don't know, maybe some nice places and see some nice things. And yeah, so I'm not retiring. I'm sorry. That was, I'm like I said, I'm really just trying to get people to watch these things, and I've learned that I can't just title something Breakfast with Sully and we're going to talk about what I did this week and get people to watch. So that was kind of an interesting experiment, because there's been a consistently larger number of people watching this than before, which is nice, because I like doing these things because it's fun to interact with you guys. And yeah, that's fun. Oh, we've got people saying what they would do. Okay, so I want to let's get through this. Let's see. Totally know what I do with billions. Hire Kiss to play my I Quit song outside the office with full pyro. Okay, now I know that you mean to say assless chaps, but we've got assless chaos, and I think that now that is the name of your DIY punk band, Assless Chaos. 3 chords in the ass. That's your solo. That's the name of the EP. If I win billions, I'm buying that Concord Lego set. So that would be like the other thing too. So, I've seen some articles over the last couple of years that there are companies that are trying to bring back supersonic travel, like the Concorde idea. And I'm really interested in that. And so that would be something I would want to kind of help foster. That would be something, yeah, that would be really cool. I would like to do that. I love flying. I don't like, the experience of commercial flying, but that feeling like when you're, take off and you feel, the nose goes up, and then you feel that moment when those back wheels, and then there's that little, I love that. I love that. It just always makes me smile. So yeah, I wouldn't get a jet. I would get a NetJets subscription. You know what? Maybe I would, because it wouldn't matter. Who cares? But baby steps. I would get a NetJet subscription, go wherever the hell I want. And that would be great. But I would love to have some sort of supersonic kind of thing, because, oh my God, that's just got to be the coolest. Let's see. Glenn, Mega Millions says, whom I would help then the Corvette and Dream Home in Palos Verdes. Yes, that is, it's like you make the call of you reach out to maybe some friends or loved ones, or various organizations. You set up your own kind of foundation that kind of oversees it. But your life would definitely not be yours anymore. As somebody mentions, Blake, being in Texas, I couldn't claim the winnings anonymously. Really? I thought we could. See? Australia, checking in. Hey, Brent, how are you? Waddy, if I had $1 billion, I'd fly over and get that sandwich we ate that time, and probably other stuff. That was a brisket grilled cheese sandwich at Mel's Diner on Sunset, and that was good, especially since we were pretty trashed. Was that before? I don't know. Maybe we weren't. I don't know. It's that whole time is a little hazy. Talking about Dream Home in Palos Verdes, we were in Santa Barbara earlier this year, and drove around there, and there's that would be kind of nice to live in that area too, but it's very crowded. I would like, as much as I liked that, give me the 6th in Paris, and I'll see all of that later. Let's see. Rent out a small room with great acoustics and hire Prince to perform a private show for me and maybe 100 invited. Well, yeah, we can't do that now. I'd find out exactly what it takes to get fired. No, you wouldn't even get fired. You know what you could do? You could like buy your dealership and then, yeah. Buenos días. El queso está viejo y podrido. Paris would blow my mind. It does. It's I just want a wood shop and a secluded canyon with a nice view. See, now that's pretty nice too. As much as I appreciate nature, give me a city. And yeah, if you're giving me a city, give me Paris. Because whoa, I have never been somewhere where I felt like I belong there so much. Let's see. I mean, I watch when it's coffee time. I appreciate that. Thanks, Andrew. After checking out Singapore, I could retire there if, yeah, Singapore is supposed to be fantastic. Buy a few more Sullys. That's cool. Buy all the guitars and make records for other bands and myself. Pay it forward with. That's nice. Yeah, you can make like some sort of foundation to help, broke musicians. Wait a minute. All musicians. I also didn't win the Mega Millions this week, but I would commission a Vandit as a gift for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. There was when the last, there was a Mega Millions going on, and maybe it was Powerball. Who cares? And we had a ticket, and we were looking at the numbers, and I was looking. I started at the end and started working backwards, and I lost my mind because we had the Powerball, and then we had the next number, and then we had the next number, and as I'm reading these things, I'm like, oh, it's happening. And then I saw the next number. I'm like, oh, it's not happening. Okay. That was not cool. The roller coaster. That exactly was the roller coaster effect. Chris, good morning to you. Oh, David is off to Oklahoma to the pedal show or something along those lines. I'm glad you remember the details. We've been at Rainbow all night. We were a mess. Yes, that is, no, I wouldn't want the dealership. Great. Well, but you wouldn't deal with the cars. See, that's the thing. You could still own it and have nothing to do with it. But what you would do, the smart thing, is that you would buy the thing, and then you would have maybe down the hallways, maybe where clients don't go, you would have murals of yourself just lounging. I mean, not to be mean, but you wouldn't even need to do that. You could do that in your mind. See, we're all doing things in our mind. That's fun. Sometimes it's not fun. A lot of times in here, ooh, it's a bad place. But Sully, you seem so up and fun. Sully gets dark. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like I'm saying, you could just own the thing and, passive income. That's the kind you want. Yeah. What about passive aggressive income? No, you don't want that. You just want income. Yeah. So no, I'm not retiring yet. I do really want to get things moving in Europe and then eventually Asia. Is that ambitious? Yes. Do I think that we could maybe do it? Yeah. There's a scenario where that would work. Ooh, we're going to run out of time in about 33 seconds. And so I want to take this time for the remaining 28 of you that are currently watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Yeah, the roller coaster and planes going up and smaller planes going over the mountains, how they drop down after they go to the peak. Okay, so maybe the drop down after getting over a peak, maybe I don't really love that, but I do just love flying. So that's it. I hope you have a great day. You look fantastic. See you later.